It's Charlie, and I'm coming to you today from my locals community with your daily dose of business inspiration. Come on over and join me at askcharlieleetham.locals.com. Follow along or become a supporter to join in the conversation. To be a supporter is just $2 US per month, less than a cup of coffee. Absolutely, I know how much money I'm spending on coffee these days, and that ensures that we aren't hit by spammers and trolls. It means that you really want to be there. It also helps me keep creating content like this, like my tutorials, like my podcasts, which I hope you're finding really interesting and useful for you. Let's talk about today for our daily dose of business inspiration. When you're looking to grow your team, hiring for the ability to learn as opposed to just hiring for the skill set. Now, what do I mean by that? Don't we want to hire for the skill set? Well, maybe. It really depends. Let me give you an example, a little story from my very, very, very distant path when I was a very young woman. I was a tech. I was leading the tech team, and we were looking to bring on someone to fill out the tech team, take some of the pressure off of me. We were getting enough work in that we could afford to do that. In fact, we could probably have afforded to hire two more people, but they didn't want to do that. We just needed one more at that point. So I had started the interview process. I ran the interview process. I wrote the selection criteria and then got it checked by my managers and all. But I wrote the selection criteria. I put it all together. We advertised for the position. This is in the day that you advertised in the paper and in periodicals to find your people. And I started bringing these guys in. Now, I was a young woman. I was in a male-dominated environment, and I had some very interesting men come through. Nothing wrong with them. They were all lovely guys, but some of them kind of looked at me and went, "Oh my goodness, what do you think you're doing? When's the engineer coming in to talk to me, or when's the tech coming in to talk to me?" I'm like, "Well, you're talking to her." So that was very interesting. I actually had a couple of techs that we brought on. We found some people, we liked them. They went through the process, they went through the management process, and my managers approved them. We brought them on, and they just didn't work. And it's not that they didn't know what their stuff was, they knew their stuff really, really well. What we found was that they didn't fit the culture. They didn't fit the culture of the organisation. They didn't fit the way that we as an organisation worked as a team. So what one of my managers suggested doing at that point in time was stop looking for a skill set. Look for the ability to learn. And I looked at it, I looked at them really blankly, and I said, "What do you mean by that?" He said, "Well, tech skills can be learned, right? I mean, we had a niche skill set anyway. We had a niche product set that we had to put them on training for anyway." He said, "As long as they know how to hold a screwdriver," it's funny, right? Hold a screwdriver, use some wire cutters, whatever else we were using at the time. It was before computers, I might add. And be able to do the basics. We can always teach them the skills on the products that we're supporting, all of that. What we can't teach them, or what's harder to teach them, is the culture, is the way to fit into the team. So why don't we start looking for someone who fits the team mentality, the way the team works, and we will then put them through training." I'm like, "But that's costly. The training's costly." He said, "Well, how much more expensive is it for us to have gone through 3 engineers, gone through the whole hiring process, gone through the onboarding process, gone through the training process part of the training process that we were going to have to do anyway to train them up on our products, to have them leave within a certain amount of time." It was very costly, and it was very stressful, and it was getting to the point that I didn't have anyone to back me up. So I was doing more and more and more and more and more, which means I was getting also more stressed and more tired and more cranky and angry, and you know how that goes. So when you're looking to hire for your team, don't just look for a specific set of skills. You might want someone who can do WordPress. You might want someone who knows how to run your specific phone system. Maybe it's 3CX, maybe it's Ring Central. Maybe you want someone who knows how to use ActiveCampaign as opposed to MailChimp or MailerLite or 3CX, sorry, Zoho campaigns. Goodness, on the brain now. Maybe you need someone with those specific skills. Or maybe you don't. Maybe what you need is someone who can pick up all of that, understands how automations are put together, understands why they're put together like that. Because once they know that, most of those systems they'll be able to get into and work out how they work, or go through the online training that's provided, or you can work them through. You can do tutorial videos, you can do tutorials for yourself. Say, this is how my system works. Most people can pick that stuff up pretty quickly. I don't know if any of you have actually worked with me, but you'll know that you'll say to me, do you know this system? I'll say, no, but give me 5 minutes, or give me 10 minutes, or give me half an hour, or give me a day. And 9 times out of 10, I will work out that system pretty quickly, or enough of that system to get into it to start doing what we need. And I know where to go and find the information to learn more about it. So stop. And that's not just trying to beat myself up as I'm so great. It's one of the mindsets that I generated is that I can learn to do this. What you want to do is work with me because I fit your team. I make your team work better. So stop hiring for a specific skill set and start hiring for the ability to learn and the ability to fit into your team, and the fact that they're going to be a really great fit for your team. What do you guys think? Have you had any experiences like that? Good and bad? Am I talking rubbish? Do you want to tell me how bad that was and you disagree with it entirely, or do you agree with it? Leave some comments below. Let me know. Come across to Locals, askcharlyleetham.locals.com to join in the conversation, and I will see you tomorrow for the next Daily Dose of Business Inspiration.